The streets are boiling. Every move feels like it could be the last. Meech's empire is standing on the edge of a cliff, and the next step could send everything crashing down. The law is closing in, enemies are circling, and trust that's long gone. The season finale isn't just another episode, it's the moment that will decide who walks away as a king, and who gets buried in the shadows. Season 4 of BMF has been nothing but pure pressure from the start. From the very first episode, we've seen Meech balancing on a knife's edge, trying to expand his reach while keeping his crew in check. Every new move has come with a bigger risk, and every win has come with a cost. The streets have been whispering, sometimes yelling about who's really in charge, and Meech has been forced to remind everyone that his name still carries weight. But it hasn't just been the rivals making noise. Inside the crew, cracks have been showing. Little signs at first: a missed meeting, a deal gone wrong, someone keeping secrets. And when secrets start stacking up in a game like this, they don't stay hidden for long. The tension has been building, like a pressure cooker, and now, as we head into episode 10, you can feel that lid about to blow. The police. They've been playing the long game. This season, we've seen them shift from random busts to carefully planned moves. Surveillance has been tighter, informants have been popping up in unexpected places, and every call Meech makes feels like someone's listening. Episode 9 showed just how deep the law has gotten into this world. That big raid, it wasn't random. It was personal, and it sent a clear message: time is running out. Then there are the rivals' old enemies resurfacing, new threats coming in fast. Every time Meech thinks he's got control, someone else is ready to take a shot. Episode 8 and 9 made it clear, the other crews aren't just competing for territory, they want total dominance. It's no longer about money. It's about wiping Meech and his people off the map completely. And in the streets, once it turns personal, the rules disappear. Loyalty has been the heartbeat of BMF, but this season has tested it harder than ever. We've seen friends look each other in the eye while quietly plotting their next move. We've seen brothers in the game question if they're still on the same side. There's a heaviness hanging over every interaction, as if everyone knows something bad is about to go down, but no one wants to say it out loud. Episode 9 left us with too many open doors. We've got the law circling in from one side, rival crews loading up from the other, and a few faces inside Meech's own camp looking like they might just switch sides if it means survival. The money is still flowing, but that doesn't matter if you can't trust the hands it's passing through. Meech's world is surrounded by enemies, and right now, the biggest question is, will he make it through the storm, or is the storm finally about to take him down? And that's where episode 10 comes in. This isn't going to be a quiet ending. This is going to be the episode where choices get made and blood gets spilled. We're talking big moves, bigger consequences, and maybe even the end of an era. Everything that's been set up this season is pointing toward one final explosion, and it's going to hit hard. The final moments of episode 9 didn't just leave us with questions, they left us with tension you could cut with a knife. The city feels colder, quieter, but in a way that tells you something bad is about to happen. Meech is walking a razor-thin line, and for the first time in a long time, it's not clear if even he believes he can keep it all under control. The law is no longer knocking on the door, they're already in the hallway. The feds have been building their case for months, and now they have enough pieces to make a serious move. Wiretaps, surveillance photos, flipped informants, it's all coming together. They're not going to strike small. They're going to go for the head of the snake. And if you know anything about how these cases work, you know that when they move on someone like Meech, they plan to make it public, loud, and final. On the other side, the streets are restless, rival crews smell blood in the water. They know Meech is distracted, tied up fighting battles on too many fronts at once. This is the kind of moment where enemies who've been waiting patiently start to make their play. We've already seen small signs: a corner taken without permission, a deal intercepted, whispers spreading that Meech's grip is slipping. These aren't accidents, they're calculated tests. And if he doesn't respond strong, it won't be long before the floodgates open. Inside Meech's own circle, loyalty is getting thinner by the day. There are a few faces we've seen this season whose loyalty feels shaky at best. They've been watching the way things are going, and in this game, survival comes before friendship. Episode 10 might just be the breaking point where someone inside the camp decides to make a deal with the lore, worse, side with the opposition. The scariest betrayals aren't the ones you see coming. They're the ones that feel like they came out of nowhere. But looking back, the signs were there all along. Then there's the personal side of the story. Meech has always been able to separate business from emotion, but the season finale might be where that wall starts to crack. We've seen him lose allies before, but this time, the stakes are higher. If someone close to him gets caught in the crossfire, or if the law goes after someone he cares about, that could push him into a decision that changes everything. The setup is perfect for chaos. On one side, the law, organized and ready to move; on the other, the streets, unpredictable and dangerous. And right in the middle is Meech, with only a handful of people he can truly trust, if any. Episode 10 isn't just the end of the season, it feels like the end of a chapter in Meech's life. Whether he walks away more powerful or completely broken will depend on what moves he makes in the next few hours of his world. Every storyline we've been following, loyalty, betrayal, ambition, survival, is about to collide. And when they do, somebody's not making it out? The finale is set up to answer one question. When the storm hits, will Meech still be standing? Or will someone else be wearing the crown? We've seen the pressure building all season, and now all that energy is ready to explode. Based on how episode 9 ended, I've got 4 big predictions for how this finale might go down. These aren't wild guesses, these are built from everything we've been watching unfold. The patterns, the power plays, and the mistakes. Prediction number A. The power shift in the crew. Something's been brewing inside Meech's circle. And I think episode 10 is where it finally boils over. All season, we've caught glimpses of tension-side conversations, people avoiding eye contact, quiet disagreements about strategy. In this game, if you can't control your own crew, you can't control the streets. I believe one of Meech's close allies might turn their back on him, either to save themselves from the feds or to make a deal with a rival. The finale could show a moment where Meech realizes the betrayal too late, and it costs him a key move. Power doesn't always get taken from the outside, sometimes it's stolen from right under your nose. Prediction number 2. High-stakes confrontation. I'm expecting a major street showdown, something that's been hinted at since the middle of the season. The rival crew knows Meech is stretched thin, and the finale is the perfect time for them to try and take him out. This won't just be about one corner or one shipment. This will be about sending a message. I can see a late-night ambush or a tense meeting gone wrong, with shots fired and no one sure who's making it out alive. If the writers really want to end the season with a bang, they'll give us a moment where both sides suffer heavy losses, setting up an even bigger war for season 5. Prediction number 3. The law closes in. We've been watching the feds piece their case together all season, and episode 10 feels like the moment they make their big move. But I don't think they'll go after Meech directly, at least not at first. My prediction: they'll arrest someone close to him, someone he needs to keep his operation running. That arrest will be the pressure point. The feds will offer a deal, and that person will have to choose between loyalty and freedom. Either way, it forces Meech into a corner, and when a man like him is cornered, his next move is unpredictable. Prediction number for a major death. This is the part no one wants, but everyone expects. BMF finales have never shied away from taking out important characters, and this season has been setting up for one big loss. My guess: it won't be Meech or Terriat, least not yet, but it will be someone we've grown attached to, maybe an ally, maybe a family member. The kind of death that changes how Meech sees the game. This loss could be the moment that turns him colder, more ruthless, and ready to burn down anyone standing in his way next season. All 4 of these predictions lead to one thing: chaos. And the kind of chaos that doesn't end when the credits roll. The finale is shaping up to not only close out the current storylines, but also light a fire under new ones. Whatever happens, episode 10 won't be the type of ending where everything is wrapped up neat. It'll leave us with questions, tension, and the promise of an even bigger storm in the next season. Wildcard theory. The ghost in the game. Every good finale needs that one twist no one saw coming. And here's mine. Someone we thought was gone, whether dead, locked up, or completely out of the game, might reappear in episode 10. Think about it. This season has been about shifting power, hidden moves, and setting traps. What better way to flip the board than to bring back a figure from Meech's past? This could be a former ally returning for revenge, a family member stepping into the spotlight, or even a rival who decides to switch sides for reasons only they understand. A comeback like that would instantly change the stakes, not just for Meech, but for every crew in the city. It could throw off plans, destroy alliances, and force decisions no one was ready to make. Asterisk, if the writers play it smart, this wild card could also be the bridge into Season 5. We could see Episode 10 end not with answers, but with new, urgent questions. Who brought them back? What do they want? And whose side are they really on? Asterisk, closing thoughts asterisk with the feds tightening their net, rivals closing in, and loyalty hanging by a thread. Episode Sapula isn't just going to be another chapter in BMF, it's going to be the turning point. The choices made in this finale will define the streets for seasons to come. Someone will rise, someone will fall, and the balance of power will shift in ways we're not ready for. Asterisk, but here's the thing, this isn't just Meech's fight anymore. Everyone connected to him is in the blast zone. We're talking friends, family, even those who tried to stay neutral. In a game like this, there's no such thing as being untouched. When the smoke clears, the only question that matters is, who's still standing? Asterisk, I'll tell you this, if history is any guide, the finale won't give us a neat, happy ending. We're going to walk away with a mix of answers and fresh problems, the kind that keep us talking until next season. And that's exactly what makes BMF the powerhouse it is. It doesn't just end the story. It reloads it. Call to action asterisk, so, now it's your turn. What do you think is about to go down in the season for finale? Is there a betrayal we didn't see coming? Will the feds finally land their big target? Or could that wildcard twist really happen? Drop your predictions in the comments. And if you think this breakdown hit the mark, make sure you stick around, because when episode 10 drops, we're coming back to see which of these predictions were right, and which ones got blown out of the water. One thing's for sure, the streets won't be the same after this.